are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Already here, they'll audible to something else. Here's Herbert. And this one too low.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
13 yards.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the ground, this is Amari Hampton.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Taken down at the 41. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
And the Chargers first down.
And now Herbert a little unsure of things, so he's going to go ahead and call a timeout.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
At their own 15-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Over, up, 630. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
He'll check this one down to Gainwell.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
At the 39-yard line.
Yeah, this. 319. Get Mike. Inside. Hey, 88. Get Mike. 319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Well, that's going to be incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Back north. Yeah, this.
Rodgers again now. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
258. Jump out. Get 300. 26.
They're going to try and throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Hey, take 26. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
By 282. A loss of 16 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down.
Wide left.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll rifle this one deep right side.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The Charger drive about to get going. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense. How do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he couldn't get rid of the football, trying to buy a little time, but he'll just tuck it and go down.
Loss of 5 yards. Second down.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
And that one complete downfield to Allen.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Hampton.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Steelers, nothing. Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, take 26. No. 319. Hey, take 26. Hey, 88. 26. Inside. Zoom. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Take 30. 319. Stay Mike. Go to 50. Gun.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Stay Mike. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Got his man, it's Gainwell.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
319. 319.
Gainwell will score. Touchdown, Steelers. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Able to slither by. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
That was a really nice job there, stretching zone coverage by running that route deep enough before breaking it back towards the sideline and being open.
And a precise throw for the reception of the first. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Go.
Here's Herbert.
He's got another one to Johnston.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, he's been a busy man in this first half. They've targeted him quite a bit, including both plays here to start this drive. And until that defense starts reacting a little better, they may just keep going back to him.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Now Herbert going to change the look.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Kappa. Baylor Tigers. Ready.
Now it's Herbert.
Over the middle and caught by McConkey.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Third and 4. To the air again, Herbert. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he'll just get rid of it.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
Back north. 50.
Now Rodgers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Rodgers now to throw. Short throw to Smith. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Green 18. Teammate. Inside. Green 18.
Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
Hey, take 26. Blue 58.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
10 more there and another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
26. Blue 58. Blue 58.
And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
To throw is Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, 34 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here this third quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14-10.
Chargers 10.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it?
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here's Rodgers. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And here's a handoff to Gainwell. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
18, inside. Jump out. Gun. Back north.
Now Rodgers. This is Smith to the ground. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. No. Green 8.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
58. Hey, take 26.
Rodgers going to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Steelers 21, Chargers 10. Chris Boswell to kick
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he'll be taken down right there at the 38. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Chargers first down. A gain of 12. First down.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A gain of 14. First down, Los Angeles.
Again, Herbert. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
4 yards. That's another Chargers first down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Chargers first down.
Herbert now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Herbert's pass intercepted. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up third and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 10.
18. Go to 50. Hey, you block over inside. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Hey, check 26.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. The passing game continues to be their friend, even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles. They're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
8 yards on the pickup brings up second and 2.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 2.
No. 58. 50. Hey, you block. Come out.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Screen 18. Screen 18.
Again, a run with Gainwell.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Screen 18.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Up next, it's our main event between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Detroit Lions.
Chris Boswell.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off in Detroit. Here comes Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. First guy on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offense in the hurry up here.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
The shotgun, gone. And no look there. That ball falls to the ground.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Goff on 3rd. Challenges, double coverage, and it's intercepted. Into the house he goes. It's a pick 6 and a Pittsburgh touchdown. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that 3rd down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic. Not just knock that ball away,
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
Chris Boswell for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Lions nothing. Chris Boswell.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback after the 20.
20-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Here we go. 2 for 1.
Goff trying again here after the pick. That's on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
Complete to Isaac.
Those are the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now they have 3rd and short.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
We're good.
Running for the marker, it's Gibbs. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Pickup of 2 here. And that is good for Detroit 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 31.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
To the air on 1st down. Here's Goff. Has a man downfield. It's Laporta. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. A 28-yard pickup there. And the Lions have a 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
That's a pretty cool look right there of the kind of coverage you're going to see when you play man-to-man. On that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Goff. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down around the 34. They're down at 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They're going to throw again. Goff taking a chance to the end zone. And he brings it in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions reach pay dirt for the first time this game.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Defense had a chance to plan, now defending this 2-point try.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
76, help.
Throwing. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work.
7, Lions 6.
A bit early to be in full-on comeback mode. An onside kick, though, here in the opening quarter. And this is recovered by the Steeler hands team. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. Completed left side to Smith. And they bring him down around the 34.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Rodgers from the gun. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Lions return the interception almost to midfield before the tackle's made.
Rodgers' pass intercepted. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Wait, 20.
Throwing is gone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Clean breakup on that throw. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. To the air on 3rd and long. Taking a deep shot here. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete. You're going to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
3 straight passes have hit the ground, but here we go. They're going for it on 4th. Again, Goff. Pass is brought in by Laporta. They keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
1st down now, ball at the 33. Throwing again. Here's Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Well, you love when you can go from first down to first down, Brock. Makes things easy for an offense, and it is the primary reason that he gets looks that he does.
Every touch he gets has a solid chance of working out just like that, and it's why many of these first quarter looks have his name all over them.
We're all set to bring you the second quarter. Lions well within striking distance. On first down, it's Gibbs. And that carry only has one on the plunge up the gut.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And this defense is going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on third down.
180! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here he goes, third and long. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Dan Campbell gets the offense the call. They're making a bid for two.
The Lions will set up for the
He's going to throw for it. He lays out and gets it. Wow, that gets him the 2 points.
For Lions 14. Steelers 7.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Dante Kent with a return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
On the return, the Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Gets it downfield on target to Metcalf. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers tie things up at 14.
Chris Boswell.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here comes Williams on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. First and 10.
Like 20. Shell.
Here's Gall. Big strike here to Williams. This is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that is good for Detroit first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
180.
Off to the air now. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's almost as good as a sack. Almost, Kate. Because those defenders, they like to have sacks more than incompletions. But defensive coordinators, they love pressure and forcing the issue. And that's why the QB had to get rid of it.
Looked well downfield for that one. All he found was a waiting defender to knock it away. Third down coming up.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, you're looking at a huge game.
He brings it in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions get some late points and the lead. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7.
Steelers 14.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Kent on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Rodgers. And the Lions are there to bring him down. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
It's second down.
Here's Rodgers. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
It's a gain of 11. And it's third down.
26.
Rodgers going to throw here. Third down. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they come up big on third down there with the sack.
Hey, third down, I get it. Give your cornerback some freedom, right, to make a play, even if he's got to work backwards. But it can blow up in your face as it did right there when nothing opens up.
Hey, 620, jump out! Get 300! Get 300!
Fourth down now, Rodgers. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty and off the field they go.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Out of the shotgun, gone. The 50. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. And to the house he goes. It's a pick six and a Pittsburgh touchdown. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I honestly think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick six to watch.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
20-yard line.
Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. Goff trying again here after the pick. Go left side, and St. Brown has it. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
First down.
They've got first down here from the 36.
First and 10 at the 36
He's back to throw. Going to let this one fly deep downfield. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And a stumble coming out of the locker room at halftime as the kick goes out of bounds, Brock. So our first drive of the half is going to begin all the way up at the 40. So first down from the 41.
Let's go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Green 18. Inside. Hey, 88. Hey, Green 18.
Rodgers will look to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. He has this down to the 34. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And the Steelers have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
26.
Here's Rodgers on first and 10. On it, and he nearly picked it. Oh, couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's second down. All right, still 10 to go here after they almost had an interception on first down. To throw again here on second down. Rodgers. That's to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down is short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
3rd and 1. Now Rodgers. He's got his man. This is Austin. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10.
Steelers, first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone on first. And it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take the lead right away in half number 2. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Lions 21.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
At their own 28-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this first and 10.
180.
They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. He powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
On the draw, this is Gibbs. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's good.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Goff tosses that quickly out wide. Now first down only gets about a yard here, and the defender there to force him out.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Go to us. 180.
From the gun, Goff. Flushed out now to his left. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Obama.
3rd and long for him here. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. And the Steelers will have it right at the opposing 30 after the interception, and that return on top of it.